Alright, before I start this video, I'm shooting this on 2K footage, 120 hertz. Okay, 120 FPS. 2K footage, 2K resolution, 120 FPS. So, let's see. Can I make out any difference?
I believe I'm the right person for this job because I'm very feminine for this role. My feminineness, feminine sexuality, feminine personality will add value to this feminine role in the most feminine way possible.
Stop getting the wrong advice. Ensure you get the right skills for the right job for jobs in the Middle East. Contact Loy Machedo.
All right. Today is actually... What's that? Something falling. Today is actually exactly 1 year since my father-in-law died. It's almost a year. And when my wife woke up in the morning, she kind of reminded me about it. When there's a death in your family, when someone in your family dies, it really wakes you up to a kind of realization that even I might die tomorrow. Or for some other people, it's a realization that my parents or my loved ones may never be there. Or in some cases, it would even be that you realize, okay, I'm getting older. Time is passing us by. Like, for example, the unfortunate thing or the fortunate thing in my life is I was never close to my parents, even though I did love my mum. And once I nearly experienced that she was going to die, my mother had put a Facebook Live where I was actually crying. Okay, but then she lived through it. She had taken that Astalin inhaler. She used to always take that, thinking that helps her breathe properly. She used to self-medicate. It just fucked up her system, and she ended up in the ICU, and miraculously she didn't die. My cousin sister paid the money because my brother obviously didn't have the funds. In my case, I was not going to pay a single penny because I was never close to her, and for all the shit and abuse that I went through. But anyway, I never thought it would, but it did impact me. It did make me cry a lot. Anyway, subsequently after that, when my mother did go in the ICU, I got used to it. Don't mind the noise at the background. There's one guy who's announcing something. Okay. So anyway, what I was saying was, when Steve Jobs died, when I found out Steve Jobs dies, I was in Dubai. This guy is not moving. He's in one place. See, you can see that noise. He's not moving. He's just standing there. So I'll have to I'll have to tolerate his noise a little bit more. Can you hear? I don't know. Maybe he's offering some services. Okay. Anyway. All right. So what I was saying was, when Steve Jobs died, for me it was a shocker because I used to admire Steve Jobs. I don't know where you were when Steve Jobs died. I'm sure you must have been equally shocked. When Michael Jackson died, that was another. I was like, shit, man, because you grew up knowing these names. And however, over the period of time, as I started to hear more and more deaths, it became a commonplace that people who I was born and raised listening to, each one is dying one by one, I think the latest one I can think of is the bodybuilder Sean Roden. You can Google search his name. He's hardly 40, man. He died. It was a shocker, It's like, damn, So, and you know, when you start hearing one of these guys who you knew over the years die, you're like, fuck, man. And then obviously there is this element where people die because of accidents. It has happened in my wife's family. I mean, here in Thailand, the people who die because of motorbike accidents are too many, and they die in the most horrific manner. Like in this guy, he was a kind of a delivery driver, motorcycle. His body was ripped in two halves, complete. One half this side, one half this side. Hand was thrown one side, leg was thrown other side. You know, the sad part was he informed his wife, I'm coming home to eat food. He has left a daughter and young wife who's my wife's age, and small baby girl who's my daughter's age. And he was hardly in his 30s. So when you listen to these people's deaths and news like this, it really questions all the things you do in life. We spend most of our lives running behind money and work and planning out goals and dreams, and just you die and you can't take your house with you, you can't take your money with you. I mean, in basketball you have that Kobe Bryant. I'm not very much a basketball. I mean, he died with a helicopter crash with his daughter. Gone too soon, man. It's like, what the hell, See, here I'm talking only about famous people. Think of the families and people who are not famous, like that Afghan, that youngster. I think he was 12 years old. He tried to hang on to the plane and in Afghanistan, and he fell off. Think of all those people who have died in typhoon and mudslides and I know you will not feel emotionally close to those people. You would obviously feel emotionally close to the ones you know. So for me, when my her father died, I mean, she was completely devastated, And I made sure that she traveled immediately. I told her, keep a cool mind, don't cry. I want you to stop crying, take a hold of yourself, make sure that you reach Ubon, that place. She's from Ubon. Once you're there, you start moaning and crying, because if you cry when you're traveling, you might forget your ticket, you might forget the money, And sadly, her father is no more, It's he was a good man. He was a good man. The only thing was, he just liked to smoke and drink a little bit, and he used to get heart pain, but he never checked. He never wanted to check. He never liked going to the doctors. And the way he died was, morning he got up, everything was normal, and they went to the field to work. And as they were working, he suddenly started to feel tired and started to get pain, it seems. He said, I'm going home to sleep. He went home, and it seems once he was home, he went to sleep, and that's it, he died. And it seems they came and they tried to wake him up, and he was no more. And the mother was crying and screaming and all that, and it seems that she didn't even remember. She didn't remember. She was blank after he died to maybe the next day or something. She's completely blank. She doesn't remember a single thing because it was so much of a shock for her. And it's like my wife. Even today when she talks about it, she gets tears in her eyes, and she reminds me of the fact that I was nice to him, and he liked cigarettes, so I bought him a cigarette pack and I'd given it to him. The funny thing was, see, here's the most tragic thing of it all. My wife and all her family members, the brother, sister, everyone, they had planned to meet him during the New Year. That was the plan. And they had planned to be together. They like, buying barbecue, pork and all that, and all of them would eat, and they would have like a party, a family get together. That was the plan. And he loved my daughter. They wanted to play with all the grandchildren. That was the plan. And he just died 1 week before my wife could actually leave. Just let that sink in, you know. How short life is. How unpredictable life is. You know, you make these plans that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But then life doesn't go the way you want it, you know. It's sad. And especially when the person is good, when the person's a good human being, and the person dies. You know, they're making a fire here near the wires. Making a fire here near the wires. It's not good. I hope he realizes it. So funny. Here's the wire and here's the fire. It can cut off electricity for everything. I hope the wires are strong to resist heat. Here people even set fire to stuff that is down and the whole tree catches fire. I've seen that happen. It's just disturbing that he's setting a fire there. In fact, you'll be very surprised to know, you know these wires that are dangling down, no? One of the guys who was riding a bike, I saw him have a mark here, like, you know, like a scar. I asked him, what the hell happened? It seems when he was driving, one of the wires that is dangling this way, it nearly decapitated him. It cut his neck. Blood was spurting out and it's a pool of blood and all that. They gave him, how much? $3,000 as compensation. Crazy, man. There is another case here where the person's head, female, just completely off a body because there was a wire that just started dangling down. It broke off from top. Yeah. Anyway, and I'm not planned to have this video, but I'm just sharing this thought with you that avoid taking life for granted. You know, avoid taking life for granted and avoid taking, like, you know, if you have to do something, no, whether talk to your loved ones or your family, or don't take it for granted that, oh, I'll do it after 10 days or 1 month. You have to do it now. Don't wait, you know, when it's Mother's Day or Father's Day, they're taking a photograph with the mother and showing they're hugging their mother and all that. Don't do all that bullshit. Just do it because you have to do it. Don't do it because you have to flash it and show it on social media. That's why every day with my wife and baby, I always assume that it's going to be the last day. You don't know when it's your last day. Anyway, just wanted to share just these thoughts with you. Anyway, let me know what you think. Alright? You guys take care. Chill.